Hello, I'm Becky Chiswick, Executive Director of the Gwen Sector Creative Living Center at Sid Glow Place. Gwen Sector, in partnership with the Rady JCC, would like to welcome you to Familiar Faces. Thank you to the Asper Foundation and the Babs Asper Center for Cultural Arts. Thank you to the Jewish Federation of Winnipeg for their ongoing support of both of our agencies. This week's familiar face is Brian Glow. Brian is an extremely talented master illusionist and comedy magician who has traveled the globe with his act. Today, we're honored and absolutely delighted to have Brian join us. Please give a warm welcome to Brian Glow.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the show. We're going to have so much fun. I am so appreciative that you're here to watch. And then we're going to participate in this little bit of a magic show. Now, all magicians, before we do any kind of a show, we want to warm up a little bit. We do some finger exercises. I'm going to invite you all to try this. Now, I know you're saying, I can't do that. You really can. This is a great little warm-up, and it's a lot of fun to do. Here's what you do. Take your hands. Yeah, you too. Good, good. Okay. Stick them out. Place them together like that. You got it? Now, slowly turn over your hands, keeping your fingers together. Excellent, excellent. Good, 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 good. Okay. Now, separate your hands. Take the right hand, put it over the left like this, and clasp your hands. You got that? Good. Now, wiggle your ring finger on your left hand. Now, you guys aren't doing this. Come on, you got to try it out, okay? So, now move your little fingers and your thumbs and go up and go down. And this is the interesting part. This is where you twist your hands. You weren't paying attention? It's okay. You'll have a chance to practice that later on. I think probably one of the most often asked questions of a magician is, how did you get started in magic? How did you become a magician? And it's kind of funny because I was very small. I live in Winnipeg, a small center city in Canada, as some of you know. And when I was a little kid, Sundays was very important because that was the day Ed Sullivan, the variety show, was on. And in our family, that was like religion. We had to watch that on Sundays no matter what. And one of the things they always had, besides having music acts, were a lot of variety acts. They had magicians and jugglers and fire eaters, but the magicians that I always was the one that I was attracted to. And the guy I remember, my very first magician, had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. This magician then took 1, 2, 3 of the cards and threw them away, and then counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. I was amazed. Now, I was only like 6, 7 years old, so it wasn't that hard to amaze me. But even my parents thought that was amazing. And I wanted to learn how to do this. And I practiced. I took decks of cards, and I was throwing them all over the place. So I finally convinced my mom to take me to the magic store in Winnipeg. Well, it wasn't really a magic store. It was a joke store called Goofy's, and it was downtown. And I went to the guy who owned it, I'm assuming, and I said, did you see the guy, the magician on TV? And he said, oh yeah, he's the one that had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards, and he took away 1, he took away 2, he took away 3 of the cards, and still had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. I said, yes, that's the guy. I want to learn that trick. He said, well, I don't know that one. So what do you mean? He said, no. We have the one where you have 1, 2, 3 cards, and you take away 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards, and you have 1, 2, 3 cards left. I said, well, that's not the trick I want to learn. I want the one where you get the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, the 5, the 6 cards. You take away 1, 2, 3 cards, and you still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. He said, well, he didn't know how to do that, so I never learned how to do the trick. Now, if I ever do, I will come back and I will show you. Thank you. I know that is a little crazy. I think probably one of the other questions that everybody asks a magician is, what is an illusion? We keep talking about magic tricks and illusion. What's the difference? Well, I'm going to show you what an illusion is. In fact, I've got 1 medium-sized piece of rope, 2 medium-sized pieces of rope, 3 medium-sized pieces of rope. Now, if you came to the show late and you didn't see me explain that I had 3 ropes that were the same size and I held them like this might look like a small piece. And this one might look like a really long piece, and this like a medium piece. But you know that at the beginning, we started out with 1, 2, 3 pieces of rope, all the same. So that's what we call an optical illusion. But I'm going to show you what a magic illusion looks like. A magic illusion is if I said, this is a small piece of rope, you might actually believe me, and that this was a medium-sized piece of rope, and this was a very, very long piece of rope. Now that looks really very cool. Now, in a magic illusion, if I was to walk out like this would just look weird and silly. But if I took the ropes and held them like this, and I told you at the beginning, we started off with one medium-sized piece of rope, two medium-sized pieces of rope, all three the same size. Now that's a magic illusion. Well, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed that. You know, before COVID, I was touring all over the world, and I think the last stop we had, I was doing a tour in southern Florida, and the strangest things happened because when I was coming back, I kind of had got into a bit of a kerfuffle. Not it was really a kerfuffle. It was, I was the lady at the TSA, a little gruff. You know, she as I walked up, maybe it was a bad day. She said, "Give me all your personal stuff." And I said, "Oh, you don't have to get too aggressive." "Well, sure, whatever you want. What do you need?" She said, "Well, first, I need your money." And I thought, well, you know, am I getting mugged or something? So I gave her all my money and put it there. And then she wanted my phone. I had my phone, and I told her to be careful because there's, you know, there's a lot of pictures and personal information on there. You got, you know. And then she wanted my watch. That kind of, you know, bothered me because I never take my watch out because it was a present from my grandfather. And I put it in here. And then I went through the metal detector. There was no buzzers or bells or anything like that went off. And I'm walking away, and she comes here, "Hey, don't forget your personal stuff." And I kind of started laughing. And she didn't understand, so she looks inside the bag, and she had kind of a shocked look because she noticed that everything was gone from the bag, had nothing in the bag. But my money was back. My watch was back. My phone was back. And I just took off. You don't fool around with a magician. Thank you, thank you. You know, talking about the money, you know, I'm sorry, I still have all my U.S. cash here for when I was doing this. I just have some $1 bills here because I don't want to carry big money when I'm traveling. Just, you know, I use a lot of credit cards and stuff because you know, you don't want to get pickpocketed or robbed or anything like that. But magicians are in a very unique situation, you know, because we can do some pretty weird stuff. All we have to do is imagine that we've got more than we need. And just like that, we have 20s. Good for any occasion. Of course, that's only ethereal because money stays only large for just a few moments. You'll notice that it actually goes back to its $1 form in just a few seconds. And I'll keep that for later. Thank you very much. Oh, this is the craziest thing. This is the craziest thing. You know, sometimes magic comes in handy when you just, you know, you need it. And it's good to know some magic. Like if it's raining outside, a balloon can really be handy. I'll show you what I mean. Can you hear anything? No? Okay. Anything? No? Nothing? Well, especially when it's raining and you've got a phone. Watch. Oh, our balloon broke. Even magic doesn't help all the time. Ugh. Now you've got a waterproof phone. Well, you can use it sometime, anytime you want. I know you guys can't yell back too loud, so pick out a color. What's your favorite color? Purple? Okay, perfect. Excellent, okay. Oh, I didn't tell you I was colorblind, so it doesn't matter. And traditionally, balloons are used for having a lot of fun with at parties, and this is kind of a party stunt. I don't suggest trying this at home, but it's something I've practiced. And I didn't want to use swords, so watch. Like I said, don't try that at home. No, just one more, okay. Now, when I used to do a lot of parties before I was doing all the big concerts, this was one of my favorite things to do. I don't know what it is with balloons and holes, but they occur in natural life. Dougie! Ooh, play dead. Oh, darn. It's okay, it's okay. Good thing I'm a magician. Thank you very much. I know that you can get really silly with magic, and it's part of the fun about being a magician is you get to play and enjoy and laugh. And I've been very lucky. I've been able to travel around the world since 1977, really 1973, but in 1977 we did our very first world tour, and I started off in Kenya, Africa. In 1977, I was asked to perform in a casino for 4.5 months in Nairobi. And as we came with a very large show with people appearing and disappearing and floating in the air, it was really amazing. But we came out at night, we used to see street performers. There was magicians, jugglers, fire eaters, all the things. Same when I remembered back on the Ed Sullivan Show on those Sundays. It was happening live outdoors. But the guy I remember the most simply had 2 sticks and a string. The weird thing is if he pulled one string, the other string would go up. If he took the other string, took that, the other side would go up. That did not impress me because he took the sticks, though, and he pulled them apart. He said, look, there's nothing there, but when you pull one side, the other end goes up. Pull the other end goes up. Now, that amazed me. I was quite surprised until I happened to notice he was holding the back of the sticks. So to me, it was a little obvious. The string was running around the back, down the side. You pull one side, the other end goes up. But then he did something really weird. He took the sticks, he crossed them over, and he waved his hand. Now, I don't know if the waving did anything, but it showed there was nothing at the back, nothing at the front. But when he pulled one side, the other end went up. When he pulled the top, however, nothing happened. But if he pulled the bottom of the other one, the other side went up. But if he pulled the top, nothing happened. I was confused. I walked up. I said, look, my name is Brian Glow. I'm a magician from Canada, and I'd like to look at those sticks. And he totally surprised me because he said, go ahead. So I took the sticks. I started playing with them and pulling on them, and I could see that there was no attachments. In fact, nothing would happen to my string till he pulled his. I said, wait a second, what happens if you pull them both down? He said, well, nothing. I said, what do you mean nothing? You pulled one end and the side went up. You pulled the other side went up. How come when you pull them both down, nothing happens? He said, well, I'm not a magician. I said, you're not a magician. He said, no, I'm a fisherman. And I had no idea what he was talking about till he went like this. It's a true story. Thank you. Yeah, I'm going to show you what I think is probably the smallest magic illusion in the world. And it simply uses a handkerchief in my hand. Now, if I take the handkerchief, I wave it up and down, it gets smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller till it gets so small that when I take and get the magic wand, no, I haven't done anything yet. We have skeptics over here. The magic wand or the magic marker, that's for later on. Then you take the handkerchief and you wave it up and down. It gets smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller till it gets so small that when you go inside your pocket and you pull out the little magician's magic wand, give it a tap. Not only does it get so small that you cannot see it, but it actually changes into an egg. Now, 5,000 years ago, this would have looked like a miracle. But I can tell by your thunderous applause, save it up, I have a cheap ending. But I'm going to show you how to do this. This is a ton of fun, and because you were smart enough to tune in today, you're going to learn this little bit of magic illusions and have a great time. In magic, we call this a fake egg. That's because it's got a hole in it where the handkerchief goes. Oh yeah, now it's not such a hot trick, right? But I'm going to show you how to do it. You take the fake egg and you place it in the palm of your hand. Now, technically, all magicians call this placing the fake egg in the palm of your hand. You will be tested. Then you take the handkerchief and you start pushing it inside the fake egg. And technically, we call this stuffing the egg. A lot of people say, well, where do you get those fake eggs from? These are actually laid by decoys, fake chickens. Now, the magic wand doesn't do anything, but it takes your mind off the handkerchief. So you've got to watch this. It's about to change. Now, they don't know about the fake eggs. It's about to change. Now is the most important part of the entire routine. This is where you have to take the fake egg and turn it around so that the hole is facing you. If you do not do this, they will see the hole and the trick will look stupid. So you say, now, ladies and gentlemen, it's turned into an egg, and they cheer and scream. They cheer and scream. Yeah, the problem is every once in a while you got some smart aleck who says, well, why don't you crack the egg? And then you're in trouble. And technically, all magicians call this being in big doo-doo. But if you're a real magician, you could do this. Watch. Thank you very much. I know, it's really crazy. Hey, would you like to see what I think is, it's probably one of my favorite tricks that I do for kids. I love this, and I think you guys are going to like it too. It's really, would you? Okay, good, I will. Let's get where's the magic wand?